Hey guys, it's 𝙂𝙊𝙇𝙀𝙍, and as I promised, we're going to do the unboxing, Halloween special today, trick or treat. So the treat that I have today is I got a 1,000-ounce silver bar delivered, thanks to 𝙂𝙊𝙇𝙑 at Ark Silver, who provided the bar at 99 cents over spot. Much cheaper than you can get it on retail outlets. I think COMEX has some other outlets have some that charge quite a bit more. This is a pretty good deal, one of the best deals I could find. And we're going to do the unboxing. I'm so excited. This is my first 1,000-ounce silver bar. It's a bar that came ultimately from the COMEX, so the big derivatives market where manufacturers and producers do their big silver business. But wow, this is going to be awesome. I mean, a 1,000-ounce silver bar, never had one of these before. It is so heavy, it broke the straps on my backpack as I was trying to carry it here. It's basically equivalent to 70 pounds or about the weight of a concrete bag. It's unbelievable how heavy it is in such a small box. Even when I used to do concrete, you know, you have a bigger bag, it's a little bit easier to get a hold of. But this one, to get it up to my office, I had to dolly it here. It was that heavy. And it's, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the box up, but you can see it comes with a caution heavy sticker right there, because yeah, you know, 70 pounds in a small box like this can hurt your back. In any case, so excited for this. Thank you, Ark Silver, for providing us this bar at a great price. And we're gonna do the unboxing. So I'm gonna get started and just tearing apart the outside of the box. You'll notice with the packaging that they taped it all the way around. So there's solid tape all the way around the box. It's basically tamper-proof. You'll know if anybody's been in here, although that does make for getting it out a little bit more interesting. So we're gonna use my trusty blade that I got at a gun show recently here in Texas to do the honors. Let's see if we can get this open. Let's see, oh, not too bad. Some dealers will ship this in like a fiberglass reinforced tape, which is good. It's also tamper-proof. But honestly, it's not needed for precious metals because that's more of like reinforcing the actual structure of the box rather than protecting it. Tape like this is enough to protect because you can tell if somebody's cut through and tampered with it. And I'm glad they don't use the fiberglass reinforced tape because that is so much harder to saw through than just a regular tape. So, okay, here we go. Let's get this out of the way. And oh, very cool. You got it, guys, you got to see the box that they shipped this in. This is the United States Mint box, Treasury of the United States Mint. See if I can tip that forward. It's got the nice green top here. You can see the Treasury symbol here and here. You can see the words United States Mint across the top. That's a nice little touch, shipping the bar in a box like this. Let's see if we can get this flipped over. If I can get it out of the box without breaking my table. There we go. Slide that on. And all the extra packing materials we have here, we're just going to throw this stuff on the ground. All right, so here we've got a nice Treasury US Mint box. Here they do have the fiberglass reinforced tape, so we're just going to cut that all the way around. We can get through there. One on each side. And by the way, this is the Betsy Ross edition of the little switchblade that I got. I think the gun store's one of my favorite knives. It's what I carry with me when I'm jogging a knife for a little bit of protection. You can just pop that out and you have your self-defense there. So, thank you for that. Looks like I didn't quite get this side down. Alright, we're ready to get this off. There we go. Here's the top to that box. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is an absolutely gorgeous silver bar. 1,000 ounce silver bar. This came, it looks like, from the 𝙃𝙀𝙍 depository. Let me show you what this looks like. If you can see that on film. I'm gonna do a bunch of up close shots here for you guys, so don't worry if you can't see it. But definitely you can see the top of the shiny right there. And just look at how gorgeous that bar is. It's just absolutely gorgeous. That is a 1,000 ounce poured silver bar. I've never actually touched one of these before. It's almost like a religious experience. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this out of the box, and then I'm gonna set it on top of the box. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. We'll be back just in a second when I get that done. And then you guys are gonna see the Halloween treat that I got. A little present to myself. Okay, I'm back. I got the 1,000-ounce silver bar out of the green box, which is pretty cool. I can use this to store the PMs if I want. All of this, of course, is gonna go in my vault. I don't keep this at home. So that box is really nice to put loose PMs, 1 ounces, 5 ounces, 10 ounce bars, and I'll definitely use it. I flipped the bar over to the underside because it's got all of the markings. So it's got markings here. Can you read through this? 𝙂𝙊𝙇𝙬𝙀. So this is a Korean bar. This came from Korea. Korean zinc co. So they're mining zinc. Silver is a byproduct. They'll get the silver, they'll separate the silver, the zinc, and the other base metals out, and they'll pour the bar. This is 999.9% pure silver. I don't know if you guys can see that here on the top. And again, we'll get some close-ups of the bar for you in the video. 99.9% pure, 30.919 kilograms, okay, or about 70 pounds. And then it's got the serial number going across the top, 2007-03-98-2020. So it's poured in 2020. Here is the marking of the actual bar poured in Korea from Korean zinc. So again, byproduct of zinc mine. For those of you that follow the mining stock videos, silver is most often about 70% of it's mined as a byproduct. So you don't get these bad boys most of the time from pure silver mines or even gold and silver mines. You get it as a byproduct a lot of times of zinc, lead, copper, other VMS deposits, or polymetallic. Anyway, it's got like a little bit of line across here at the top. Now the bars aren't aesthetically perfect like you see in a lot of the government minted coins or the bullion pieces that you'll get retail, where you have the perfect mint of the 1 ounce coin or the perfect mint of the 1 or the 10 ounce bar. These are just poured, all right, and then they're weighed. They don't all come in exactly 1,000 ounces. They're at or above or at or below 1,000 ounces. There's a little bit of tolerance there, and you actually pay, they'll weigh the bar and you actually pay for the silver you get. So this one is slightly under 1,000 ounces. I believe it's 994 ounces, so about 6 ounces underneath 1,000. And I pay for the actual silver content. I pay for the 994 ounces because they weigh it when they send it to you. Also wanted to give a shout out to who actually provided this for us. So Ark Silver is the company that we work through, and they have 5 suppliers that they can get the bars from. And again, it comes off the COMEX. So this item number is AG1 COMEX. This was a COMEX bar, AG1 COMEX, or Silver 1 COMEX is the product description. CMX 994069, that is the weight, 994 ounces, 0.069. And it came from Dakota Depository in Fargo, North Dakota. So that is one of the depositories that handles the bars for the COMEX. And here's the serial number of the invoice and all of the transaction information there. Legitimate COMEX bar. Thank you to the guys at Dakota Depository and Ark Silver for providing this for us. Again, beautiful bar. I mean, just look at the gorgeousness of this bar. And it's so heavy, it's really hard to kind of tip over and lift. I don't want to hurt my back, but 70 pounds. So think about a bag of concrete that you would have that you're lifting, except for it's in the space of just, you know, a 1.5 by 8 inches, you know, around that. Imagine lifting that every day. So yeah, beautiful. Again, the little minter's imprint here from Korea. All the markings on the bar, 99.9% pure silver. Okay, so happy to have this as an investment for the business, and it's going to be added to my shiny collection. And I have a question for you guys. This is a trick or treat episode. This is for Halloween for all you guys. And what is the trick and what is the treat? The treat, of course, is the silver. The trick are the dollar bills. So here I have 4 $100 bills. The Benjamin's on top. The question is, would you rather have the trick of the Federal Reserve telling you that this piece of linen with ink on it and some numbers printed on it is real value over time? Or would you really have the treat of something real that got pulled from Mother Earth, that is essentially nature's money or God's money for 6,000 years, that was meant for people to use, that had value that you could hand to someone else and it would always have value to them, and it could not be debased like one of these pieces of linen or pieces of paper? Trick or treat for Halloween, what would you rather have? The dollar or the silver? I know what I would rather have, but I'd like to see your comments down in the video. Is this better or is this better? At a Gold Silver Pros channel, you guys are all gonna say this. There are times when we use these as currency, as a medium of exchange only, for value, supposed value, as long as the fiat dollar does not crash. And of course it gets debased over time. This is real value, this is money. The difference between money and currency is that money holds its value over time. It imparts value physically from one person to another that cannot be debased by a third party. Just such a gorgeous piece of silver. I'll roll it over the top. You can see the top. It's kind of in almost like a trapezoid sort of form. It angles up to the top a little bit, so you get a little bit smaller surface area here on the top. There really aren't any markings on the top. There are some, imperfections as they poured the bar into the mold. The mold wasn't perfect. Probably was just like an iron type of mold. Heated up. The hot silver was poured into it, and then it was cast. Die cast into this beautiful bar. Anyway, such a gorgeous bar. I'm going to get some close-up shots of this for you guys and show you what it looks like. I'm gonna leave the dollars here just to kind of give you an idea how big this bar is and what it looks like. And also because, these have no intrinsic value. This has intrinsic value, so that's your trick or treat. Are you tricked by the Fed? Are you tricked by the central banks? Are you tricked by the lies of the bankers? Or do you understand that, the real treat, the real money in society, gold and silver? Here we go, guys. You can see all the markings, including the mint mark there. Let's see if we can get in close. It is Korea zinc. Go. It's got the 999.9 mark. Of course, there's a serial number of the bar. Poured in 2020. 30.919 kilograms or 994.069 ounces. Again, a little bit of imperfection. When they're pouring these, they're not marketing them to you as the beautiful 1 ounce finished product. Is basically just a raw bar. They get as close to 1,000 ounces as possible. This does go to the COMEX. This did come off of the COMEX, the depository, where we talk about all the time, all the derivatives contracts. This is an actual delivered bar. So this came as a result of delivery from a COMEX contract, was taken off and was loaded out of the Dakota depository, or loaded off of a depository to the Dakota depository, where the Dakota depository sold it through Ark Silver, which is our merchant run by 𝙂𝙊𝙇𝙑𝙀𝙍 and team, to us. 99 cents over spot. Gonna do a little advertising for Ian for putting this together for us. Cheapest COMEX bar I could find by far. He's also doing business with a lot of other companies and individuals. And again, want you to see the difference between these fiat pieces of paper, which, by the way, they've kind of destroyed with this. I know this is a security feature, this blue line, but they kind of destroyed the look of the bill. But even, all the artwork and colors and, this is a beautifully engraved $100 bill, but it doesn't even compare to silver. Silver's natural beauty is just so much better than that of the Benjamins. Okay, this is the trick, the central banks. This is the treat, this is the real deal. Let's get a 360 view of this for you guys so you can see it. Isn't that gorgeous? And again, it's like in a trapezoid type of form, not completely rectangular, square, cubed. And just absolutely gorgeous bar. Just look at that. Look how gorgeous that bar is. Of course, I got it on the cloth here so it doesn't scratch my table. I actually scratched the table a little bit beginning of the video. Now, for those of you who are wondering, I did mention this earlier. This is going to be stored in my safe depository. I have a private contract with people to store my metals. I don't keep this at home, of course. Plus, it's just too heavy. Why would I want it? So it'll go to a safe place. Those of you who store your metals at home, just be careful. Don't advertise that you have them. There we go again. See the mint mark, all the markings on the bar. That is a genuine, a little bit of, imperfections, but that's the way the COMEX bars come. You can also see what's really interesting. You can see this pattern here. It's like concentric ellipses, not even circles, like ellipses. It kind of worked their way toward the outside of the bar. And again, those are just the markings of the cast that it was poured into when it was heated up and just poured into this big, beautiful bar. This is the Halloween special, guys, the Gold Silver Pros. I wanted to bring you guys a special treat, even better than candy. I know the kids like to go out and get the candy. That's their special treat on Halloween. I did that many years with my children. For us, you know, the adults in society, the treat is real value, real and lasting value, and the silver bar represents real and lasting value. They cannot be taken away by a third party, cannot be debased, cannot be destroyed like every fiat currency in the history of the world has been destroyed through debasement. Such a beautiful and gorgeous bar. What do you guys want for Halloween? What is your treat? Are you gonna be getting some medals? Are you buying some rounds and bars? Are you getting some gold? Are you looking maybe at some numismatics and branch out and look at some collector's edition coins? Or are you just gonna get, you know, your bars, your generic rounds? Maybe some jewelry from Monet? What's your treat for Halloween? Is it silver? Is it gold? All right, this has been the Halloween edition of Gold Silver Pros. This is the special unboxing, thanks to Ark Silver for providing this 99 cents over spot. I'll leave the link down there if you guys are interested in contacting Ian and his team and you want to take delivery of one of these beautiful COMEX bars. Last thing I wanted to say, you know, we are working towards, along with Rafi and a bunch of other people, getting a delivery through COMEX using the COMEX's process of one of these bars, one of these 1,000-ounce bars, or actually a 5,000-ounce contract, so 5 bars. And we've had a lot of trouble doing it. We're gonna be documenting that with Rafi, taking a lot of his images in, phone calls, and putting that to a documentary. It's a lot of work. This is much easier. 99 cents over spot, just going through our Ark Silver, and I get the same bar. So those of you wondering how to break the COMEX, this is a way to do it. If you can afford this, or you can go in with your partners and afford something like this and actually pull the bars off, and that puts pressure on additional physical deliveries. Whether you're trying to take delivery of the contract yourself, like Rafi is doing and we're doing, or whether you just order it through Ark Silver and get it that way. The more of these silver bars you can pull off the market and put into hands of everyday people, the less that they're gonna have on the COMEX and the more pressure it's gonna put on them to get it. Because as some of the retail stocks run out and they run out of the planks to mint the American Eagles like they do every year, and some of the premiums go very high on the smaller retail pieces, this is where you can get your silver a lot cheaper. You can get it cheaper. Maybe you don't have enough money to do that. This bar was over $20,000, of course, because silver's trading over $20 an ounce. But maybe you can go in with some of your friends, family, neighbors, and go in and get one of these, and you'll get your silver a lot cheaper than you could get it right now. All the premiums on all the bars and rounds are much higher. Premiums haven't been 99 cents over spot for any silver in a number of years. I don't know if they're ever gonna go back down. So this is one of the cheapest ways to do it, if you can afford to do so. And if you can't, just keep stacking what you can, okay? Keep stacking all your generic rounds, all of your Eagles, your Maple Leafs, your Krugerrands, your Philharmonics, okay? Your special edition minted coins if you wish. Even some numismatics if you have the money to get in those and you want to get in some of the collector's edition. That's a good idea too. Nothing wrong with doing that. Just keep stacking. But man, if you can afford to get one of these, one of the most cost-efficient ways to do it. And can you imagine when silver pops, if I show up with this to my local coin dealer and I say, hey, I'd like to sell you this 1,000-ounce bar. I'm not sure that they're gonna have enough money, enough fiat money to do it, whatever fiat money that we're using. I may have to, you know, buy an entire city block with this bar when we get into hyperinflation. I may just show up at the bank and say, give me, you know, these commercial buildings, give me these apartment complexes. That's gonna happen. What's gonna happen when silver pops is you're gonna be able to buy other assets on the cheap. All right, guys, trick or treat edition, Gold Silver Pros. Would you rather have the trick or the treat? I know what I'd like to have. Let's talk about it down in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. And you guys be safe going out trick-or-treating. Spend time with your kids if you have them. Have fun, you know. Enjoy your time out there. Be safe. Your parties, your costume parties and everything. You know, I'll be hanging out with friends as well, much like many of you will. And just be safe and enjoy your Halloween. So one of my favorite times of year, it's the kickoff of fall here in Texas. It just now got below 60 degrees in Texas. It's 55 degrees this morning. We're officially in fall weather, and it always happens right around the start of Halloween. It's my favorite time of year. It's nice and cool, leaves are changing, and we get to experience Halloween with our friends. All right, until next time, guys, Rob Keents, Gold Silver Pros. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. We appreciate it. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification button so you get those notifications when new content comes out. If you like what we're doing here, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Those members of Patreon will get extra special content delivered to them as well.